Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're tackling a medium difficulty problem called Construct the Minimum Bitwise Array II. This problem is really interesting because it deals with prime numbers and bitwise operations, specifically the OR operator. Don't worry if bitwise math sounds scary, we're going to break it down step by step and visualize exactly what's happening. Here is the problem description. We are given an array called nums which consists only of prime integers. Our task is to construct a new array, let's call it ands, of the same length. The rule is that for every index I, if we take the number in our answer array and perform a bitwise OR with that same number plus 1, the result must exactly match the number in our original nums array. Also, we want the values in our answer array to be as small as possible. If we can't find such a value, we should put -1 in that spot. Let's focus on this specific condition. We need to find a number, let's call it ands, such that when we OR it with ands plus 1, we get our target prime number. If it's impossible to find such a number, we return -1, and if there are multiple options, we want the smallest possible ands. The key to solving this is understanding what adding 1 actually does to the bits of a number. Let's walk through the first example to see this in action. Our input list is 2, 3, 5, and 7. First, look at the target number 2. We need to find a number ands that satisfies our condition. It turns out for the number 2, there is no such value, so we put -1. Now look at the target number 3. Let's try the number 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. If we take 1, which is 0, 1 in binary, and OR it with 2, which is 1, 0, we get 1, 1, which is 3. So for the target 3, our answer is 1. Let's keep going. The next target is 5, which is 1, 0, 1 in binary. Let's try the number 4, which is 1, 0, 0. 4 plus 1 is 5. If we OR 4 and 5, well, 4 is basically inside 5 already, so the result is just 5. That works. So the answer is 4. Notice a pattern here? It seems like we are just looking for a number slightly smaller than our target. Just a quick heads up. We'll be walking through the solution using Python logic, as it's very clean for bitwise operations. But don't worry if that's not your main language. I'll be showing the full code for Java, C++, and JavaScript towards the end of the video, so stick around for that. This brings us to the core intuition, or what the editorial calls the bitwise operation approach. Think about what adding 1 does to a binary number. It travels from right to left, flipping all the 1s to 0s until it hits the first 0, which it flips to a 1. That's how carrying over works in addition. So when we perform ons or ons plus 1, the result is basically the original ands, but with that first 0 bit turned into a 1. This means our target number effectively comes from taking some number and filling in its lowest 0 hole. Before we get into the code, let's talk about the real reason people fail at Leetcode. It's not because they can't reverse a linked list, it's because they break their daily streak. I built my daily to-do specifically to solve this. You can set Solve Daily Leetcode as a routine task. This means it reminds you to complete your routine tasks every day. It's a dedicated system to force you to be consistent, which I also use to remind myself to upload these videos every day. If you're watching this channel, you're trying to improve, so this tool makes sure you actually show up to do it. I also want to be 100% transparent about how this app will grow. I am an indie developer, not a big corporation. I will never take away a free feature you already use. Core features like repeating tasks remain free forever. However, as I add new server-heavy features, they will be part of the premium plan to help cover the costs of running the app. Also, the price of premium will go up every time I ship a major new feature, so the best time to get involved is right now while it's early. Check it out at the link in the description. Okay, we've talked about the big picture and the logic. Now let's see what this looks like as actual code. I'll put the full solution up on the screen first, and don't worry, after that, we'll walk through the most important sections together. Alright, here's the full Python code for the bitwise operation approach. It's surprisingly short. We iterate through each number, run a small while loop to find the right bit to flip, and then update our result. It looks simple, but there's a specific logic inside that loop. Let's break it down piece by piece to understand why it works. First, we loop through every number in our input list. For each number, we start by assuming the answer is -1. We also set up a variable d equal to 1. This d is going to be our bit mask. It starts at the very first bit, the ones place. The while loop is the engine here. It says, keep checking bits as long as the current bit in our number is a 1. The moment we hit a 0, we stop. Why? Because remember, adding 1 flips trailing ones until it hits a 0. So we are looking for that sequence of trailing ones. Inside the loop, we do something clever. We update res to be our current number minus d. Since d represents the current bit which we know is a 1, subtracting d flips that specific bit to a 0. Then, we shift d to the left to check the next bit. We keep doing this. The loop stops when we hit a 0 bit. The value of res right before the loop stopped corresponds to the number where we flip the highest consecutive 1 bit to a 0. This matches our logic. We need to turn the bit right before the first 0 into a 0 to get our ands. Let's double check an edge case. The number 2. In binary, 2 is 1, 0. Our mask d starts at 1, which is 0, 1. When the while loop checks 2 and 1, the result is 0, because the last bit of 2 is a 0. The loop condition fails immediately. The loop never runs, so res stays at its initial value of -1. This is exactly what we want, because for the number 2, there is no solution. So how fast is this? The time complexity is big O of n log m. Here, n is the count of numbers in our list, and m is the maximum value. For each number, we iterate through its bits, which is proportional to the logarithm of the value. Since the numbers fit in standard integers, this loop is very fast. For space complexity, it's big O of 1, or constant space, because we aren't using any extra hash maps or lists, we're just calculating the values directly. Alright, that covers the main solution in Python. As promised, for those of you who code in other languages, I'm about to show the full solutions for Java, C++, and JavaScript. I won't be breaking these down, so just pause the video on your language of choice to check it out. Alright, as promised, here is the full solution in Java. You can pause the video here to take a closer look at the implementation. Next up, here is the C++ version of the solution. Again, feel free to pause and review the code. And finally, here is the solution in JavaScript. Hopefully seeing it in a few different languages helps solidify the concepts. So let's wrap it up. The main takeaway here is understanding the relationship between a number and that number plus 1 in binary. We learned that to reverse the operation ans or ans plus 1, we scan from the right and flip the bit just before the first 0 we encounter. This bitwise approach is super efficient and avoids any complex simulation. Also, if you're looking for even more Leetcode problems beyond the daily challenge, I've started a second channel called Leetcode Unlocked. It's where I'll be posting solutions to a ton of other problems. So if you're serious about your interview prep, be sure to check it out. The link is in the description below. Hope this Leetcode solution breakdown made sense. If it helped, give that like button a click, maybe subscribe for more, or drop a comment if you have questions. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you know straight away when I upload a video, because I upload videos daily. If you want to support the channel, a few people have asked how I plan my solutions. I'm a big fan of sketching out the logic and data structures on a tablet before I code. It really helps. I've put affiliate links in the description to the tablet I use and a few other good options. Using those links doesn't cost you anything extra, but really helps me out. Or, if you're feeling generous, there's always the Boba Fund. Keep coding, and I'll catch you in the next one.